Oh, hey, everybody. Now, I really should bust out my NPR voice, which I don't have. But are we all calm? Everyone's blood pressure is down, got some good classical music. I will change that. I'll put on some creepy combat music here in a second. Before we get started, actually, I'm going to put on the creepy combat music now. Let's go. Anyway, hi guys. Welcome to Streaming Rainbow. I am your game master, Eli. Welcome back to Hell. We're here with my amazing Kanto 2 players for just a normal chill day, evening, night in Limbo. Nothing bad's about to happen. It's all good. Before we get started, as you saw in the intro, there's still some time to help out Blackwell. We want to support our friends, so please, if you can, get in the link to help him out, because again, that's what we do. We're all friends and family here, so please do that if you can. Amazing. Also, you might have seen, or not might have seen, it played 4 times. So if you can, support our friend Spunky Taylor. She has been up on our channel quite a few times, and might be coming back later on this summer in another campaign. Who knows? But it looks like they're going to be playing an amazing game of 10 Candles on her Twitch channel on Sunday. So please check that out and go support them. All right, let me introduce my players once again. Coming back as the pagan, we have Lex. As our prophet and your prophet, we've got River. As our serpent, who just wants to be helpful and is actually like a really chill dude. We got Blackwell coming back. And returning as our saint, who just is kind of just going through it, Taya. Hi, everybody. All right.
Hello.
Are we ready to begin? Anything anybody wants to say before we descend into the depths?
Say hi, hellish heathens. Hi.
Hi, hellish
heathens.
Oh god. Oh god.
And yes,
We'll-
Eli,
we'll
don't
work
forget
on that.
yourself.
Oh, hi. What am I forgetting? Hi, I'm Eli. I work here.
Real 9-to-5er energy right there. I just work here.
Listen, I gotta punch the clock, guys. Let's go.
My
Yeah.
wife
Also,
has a pair
guys,
of earrings that say, I don't know, I just work here.
I don't know. I just work here. Also, seriously, thoughts and prayers for Taya, because it is a heat wave in England, which means it's a really normal day in America.
I was gonna say, how hot is it? I know it's Celsius there, so like how hot in like normal?
I don't know how Fahrenheit works.
That's okay. What's the temperature Celsius wise?
26 or 27 today. It's obviously
Okay.
like not still that now because it is 1 a.m. here. Good night, everyone. I'm crazy for doing this, but I love it so much.
You said it was 26 or 27. So those of us
Yeah.
using freedom metrics, that is 78 degrees. So that is warm. That is warm.
It
I
is
think
warm.
it was about 75
The thing is
here
more that in England we
Massachusetts.
don't have aircon. Like we
Yeah.
don't have any of that stuff that makes it nice. And I'm in my like audio podcast recording cupboard, which is just always very like holds heat. But
Taya's in
it's
the
kind of
trenches,
adding.
though.
I feel like I'm in hell, so it's adding.
adding to the it's you know what it adds
Yeah.
it makes you very meta. It makes you very meta for
It
this
does.
for this to
Let me
set
tell you,
into
the saint is present. The
We
saint
are
is
in a
here.
realm of suffering. And you know what? You're just going real method with it and you're suffering for suffering. It's how
I
it goes.
actually love it.
I really wanted to make sure that you were feeling it. So I have an inn with whatever runs this place. So welcome. I can't
Eli
fix
casually-
anything, but I will make it really fucking hot.
Eli casually admitting that they have an inn with a weather deity, apparently? What? Okay.
You heard it here first.
Eli
So if
lore,
it just
let's
snows
go.
randomly where you live, you know who to blame.
Yeah, exactly. I will and can talk to the manager. It's ridiculous. Anyway, hey guys. Last time we were all together, with these new faces of these semblances walked through the divine gate into Limbo, and it was bad. It was a vast swamp full of a really upset, gray, moaning, wailing, gnashing of teeth characters. Turns out those are all of the indifferent, damned souls heading to their final destination by way of a ferry. And there was a giant Goliath gargantuan person, which turned out to be Caron, the boatman, the ferryman, who was just saying, God, I shouldn't have looked. Sorry, Gabby distracted me with talking about Limbo. Off track now. Really low. On the ground. On the ground. The bar is on the ground. Thanks, Rip. Anyway, so you gotta go talk to the ferryman. They gotta go talk to the ferryman. The ferryman said, "Oh, you want to cross this river? Nah. Why? Because you actually have souls and like kind of some semblance of blood in your veins. Like you are actively alive. So no, I will not let you into the place where you do not belong." You all said pretty please, and with some really good rolls and some choice phrases, came out that Caron said, "Well, I'm having a little bit of an infestation problem with an indifferent angel. Basically, one of these fallen angels is just keeping souls from their final places, and that's really fucking with my job. So if you can just handle that, then maybe I'll let you go across." It's in a ruin somewhere, so good luck, Godspeed, have fun. Your guide laughed in your face and said, "Have a good time. I'm gonna wait right here." Put the torch in the riverbank and just sat down in their proverbial lawn chair, and waved as you guys went. As you did, the prophet saw some of these indifferent, these souls, these damned souls, and walked up a little bit, again like a white woman with a dangerous animal, and said, "I can talk to them," and then found out that that's a bad idea, because if they touch you, they can suck your life force.
Also like a white woman with a wild animal.
Yeah, they can and will steal your life force. So they, after managing to get through with only that one little hiccup, and really that could have been avoided, which is very on brand for this team, you found a horde of these damned souls, and half of your team hid. The pagan and the serpent said, no, bye-bye, and they hid. Meanwhile, the saint and the prophet, kind of maybe with the thought of, if I don't move, they can't see me, just stayed where they were. And that's where we are picking up today. So, I would like all of you to roll for initiative.
I was so worried you'd say that immediately.
Well.
Damn.
Oh.
I'm so used to not having a nice initiative that it's like, this is beautiful.
Rogues, baby.
Took me a second to find where the initiative was, but we got there. I'm just blind.
I mean, did anybody get over 20? What'd you get?
21.
Hell yeah. 15 to 20?
18.
Hell yeah. 10 to 15?
Oh, no.
5 to 10?
9.
Okay. Oh, no, Lex.
And pagan.
I got a natural 1.
Fuck.
Baby!
Yeah.
Plus 0. Plus 0 is my initiative as well. So like extra natural 1.
God, that is a
Oh.
thing of beauty. That's a thing of beauty. We love it.
I
Hey, if
love
you're gonna
this.
roll a nat
I'll be
one on
okay.
anything, have it be initiative. To
I
be
know,
honest,
right? At least it's
It's
not
so
like
much better.
that can't bite me in the ass too badly. I hope.
yeah. It's a good spread. It's a really good spread.
Just gonna
All
take the salt. Eh.
So as from your hiding spaces, you all see you have been noticed. Well, you, the prophet and the saint, have been noticed by this swarm of this host of the indifferent damned. So as they start, they're basically they have started to turn their collective heads towards you both and are starting to head in your direction. Probably about, I guess, how far away would you all have, if we're thinking in D&D combat rules, about how far would you have been when the serpent, when you guys would have hidden, and would you be 30 feet, 60 feet? How quickly would you stop? What do you think? How far away are these guys?
I would say 45.
45?
Like
Cool.
somewhere in that middle of 45, 40.
Beautiful. Okay. So they are starting to turn their heads and head that direction. Serpent, you have gotten the pagan into hiding with you. So you are first to act. What would you like to do?
We've already distinguished that they are heading towards, like, they were heading towards the group, correct? Or was it like we just happened to come across them?
They have been, that you all have clocked that they have spotted your two friends out in the open.
Cool. Let's see. I have 30 feet of movement. Yeah, we're going to use that 30 feet of movement and also use as a bonus action Relentless Justice. As a bonus action, you can move a distance up to your speed towards an enemy creature you see or hear. At the end of your turn, at the end of this movement, you must be closer than you were to the enemy creature. So that will give me effectively 60 feet to move.
Yeah, you're up in the mix. What would you like to do?
What? Let's see. Let's go for a sneak attack because I've never played a rogue, so this is gonna be the first time I get to use sneak attack.
And I will give you that because you came out of fucking nowhere. So yes, you came out of hiding to make this attack.
So we're gonna use our golden ass. What is this? +7. So okay, 17 plus 7.
Yeah.
So what I would imagine is that from brain work, from the pagan's point of view, one moment the serpent's there holding your hand, next thing you know, it's like a flash of lightning, boom, gone. And next thing you know, I imagine there's still thunder or lightning like cracking in this area.
Yeah, in the distance there had been red lightning and thunder and all these things. So yeah, it's very swampy and stormy. Yes.
So in the air, you can see the serpent just appear out of thin air as lightning just flashes behind them, creating a silhouette as they come down with both of their daggers to this horde. And let's see, I need to 1d4 plus 1d6. Let's see.
Yeah,
That
these are some venomous, poisonous snakes. I'm gonna say both of them because one's wrong and one's right.
And if it's sneak attack, I add another d6, correct?
I believe you've got. I think I should have put your sneak attack dice on your sheet.
Yep. So that's 7 plus 6. That is 12, 13. Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 points of damage in total of slashing and poison.
Hell yeah. You just full on anime run into this group, this like swarm of these damned souls, and they're just like, and like they took notice of these two people, and all of a sudden they're just getting by like these golden snakes that are striking from your hands, and like quite a few of them go down and disappear into just that puff of black gray smoke as a large portion of, not quite half, but almost half of that swarm is demolished.
I think as he does these like quick slashing motions, each one he's saying a quick phrase of "find peace in the next life" or "find peace wherever you land up in."
Yeah. If you would like to roll anything about that, you can. I will let you have that sweet moment. You know what happens when you die here. pretty specifically.
What would I roll for that? Would that be persuasion, performance?
I would say either history or religion.
Let me see. Do I have anything in history? I have neither. So, let's go for history.
It's kind of a personal history.
That is a nat 20.
You have this lovely thought, and then you go, all right, I drowned in a pool, and then I came back immediately. So you get the idea that they're gonna come back. You don't know how long it's gonna take, but they'll come back.
Yeah. And I think that's all I can do. Action, movement, bonus action. I don't have a second bonus action yet. I don't believe.
No, I think you did a pretty good job. I think, yeah. So,
yep. And my turn.
Yes. Amazing. Next up, is the prophet.
Fuck. Witnessing all of that.
Also, how low is your max? Because you guys have so because you were taken down, your max hit HP has been dropped.
Smacketed. My maximum HP went from 14 to 18 in that one. Yeah, 14 to 18. I went down.
18 to 14.
No, oh shit. No, I mean 14 to 8. My bad.
I was like, what?
No, I added a teen in there because
we didn't want it to be true. Correct.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, no, I have 8 max HP right now. It's gonna be great, y'all. I believe in all of us. So you said upon the schmackety schmack schmacks from our boy the serpent from Blackwell, that like slaughtered half the group. That's pretty nice. I had an idea going in, and that idea is perhaps no longer as necessary.
You've got the intimate knowledge of how these creatures work. You know that they do necrotic damage.
Right.
You also know that because of that they would be considered undead. So anything that would be good against the undead would
that
be
is accurate. Yeah. All right. I think I'm just going to try out some loveliness with this obsidian weapon of mine. It is definitely a choice. But yeah, I'm just gonna step forward and take some swings. Scepter in one hand, long sword in another, just cut like there is no real battle hardened technique. This is a very I am swiping through vines in a forest with a machete type action. I have a +5 with this thing. Yeah, that's a 13.
that hits.
Okay. So first thing I have to do, when you hit, you take 1d4 necrotic. So you know what? I'm just gonna take the 1 necrotic there.
There we go.
Okay. Yay. Down to 7. Hey, look, life's a resource, all right? I play Black and Magic. All right. Yeah.
Join the Discord server for specifically our Magic the Gathering channel.
Yeah,
to
that's
learn
it.
more.
That's it. Definitely nothing else. 1d8 plus 3 slashing damage from that. All right. I am going to. Okay. I'm going to. That's a 7. So plus 3, 10. And fuck it, let's do some other stuff that I can do. When you hit a creature with okay. I'm going to use Master of the Black Arts. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can call forth the effects of Wicked Self-Veneration to deal necrotic damage. That extra damage is equal to your Charisma modifier. I could bump it with Warlock spell slots, but I'm not doing that right now. And thus, that is equal to my Charisma, so plus another 3. So that's another 13 damage. Yeah.
Another 13 damage.
Total of 13. 7 plus 3 plus 3. I could make it more, but I don't.
Total altogether?
Yeah, total altogether 13.
Okay.
So, the serpent is rocking up out of nowhere, having a real big anime moment, and inspirited by this moment of true and honest, God 13-year-old river wishes they could do that. The prophet, in a very different vein, simply begins walking forward. If this is the path you force me to take, then I shall take it gladly. Scepter in one hand, holding it high, swinging down through crowd upon crowd of however many of this horde there is, and just quietly to themselves, I wish you had not left me this option. Just through whatever they can get through.
What does it look like when you take damage?
Okay, I'm going to actually connect this back to, because I'm a nerd, video games. There is a game called Blasphemous. If you haven't played it, you should. It's very good. Similar vibe, in fact, and aesthetic. And your character utilizes a weapon called a thorn. And there is a penitent barb on the handle of this weapon. I think the prophet squeezes down on the blade, and as their forearm flexes, as their fingers white knuckle around the handle of their blade, a small prick in the center of their palm opens wider. Their blood begins to fuel out towards their blade, and it aligns the center of this obsidian blade, now streaked with their own blood, as they slice through as many of these undead horde as they can.
Beautiful. As you do that, you see these first two of your crew just demolishing this, and you have now brought it under half. So, next up, we have got the Saint. So, Saint, what do you do?
I was so convinced they were going to be before me. Okay.
Fun fact, they rolled like shit as well.
Okay. So the Saint is sort of taken aback for a moment as it begins, and I think they're as shocked by the serpent jumping in as everybody else. So it kind of throws them for a second, but they take a breath, ground themselves, cross themselves, and I'm just gonna take my banner, move forwards, and go for however many I can.
Perfect.
Which means no more bless spell, everyone. Sorry.
Yes, once the banner is sullied by the blood of the enemies, you all are not blessed. Also, reminder, you guys get blessed when
I fully forgot that we had bless stuff going on. Nice.
Well, now you don't. That's a 14 to hit.
It hits.
Lovely.
These guys are not difficult. They have a 10 AC. I wanted to scare you for 2 weeks. Now you know it's actually not that scary.
5 damage.
Bye.
How much?
That was 5 damage.
Hey, every little bit helps. Your banner. What does it look like as you strike with your banner?
So I think for everybody else, if there is a moment of attention to the Saint, you see perhaps a flash of who they were in life, who they are on the battlefield. You see a flash of why they wear this armor and how they carry it, and the fact that they are somebody who's confident and trained and knows what to do. And so they're very methodical. I think they step forward very carefully, very precisely. It's a very precise sort of like strike blow, kind of sweeping out the legs of these things as they move forwards.
Hell yeah. Awesome. So you have your movement, you have your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I ask, the Prophet, how bad do you look? Like, can we tell that you're severely, like, not doing well?
I think amongst the robes and the golden deer skull, I think, much like your banner now, if you were to, even give a sidelong glance, what skin is showing is gaunt, is pale, and their hands look skinnier, almost more malnourished than bloodied. I'll say that because I did have my life force drained. I'm trying to think fuck J.K. Rowling, but what does a Dementor victim look
Full
like?
Dementor, yeah.
Yeah.
I would also say if you want a better picture, I would allow you to roll a medicine check.
Yeah, I want to do that. Oh, okay. That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, I think that's a really good you take this in, and it's you see that blood, like you see that, which is nothing new, and you can tell that that wasn't really an injury that would cause any concern, but you do see a sallowness, which is ironic because you guys don't have skin or bodies. You are semblances of things, but you can even, like, it's almost like you can see the spirit has been diminished, and it has been since that altercation, since that interaction earlier with that single damned soul. So you get that impression that there has been a diminishment for sure.
Okay, I think in that case, I think the saint can see that, there is this diminishment, but also that you seem to be holding your own okay right now. But there's an awareness, and sort of as they finish this first strike with the banner, they're just going to move around so that they're sort of in kind of a practiced martial stance, almost like covering you, almost kind of like at your back, ready. And I think my question, sorry, I'm being really specific here. I think my question is, do you look confident still? Do you seem...
Yes. The Prophet...
Okay.
There is always this sort of cocky and arrogant attitude to the Prophet. There is, in this moment, it is a resignment, but it is a confident one. It is, I don't like this, I don't want to have to do this, but I am okay.
Okay. In that case, I will wait and see what happens, and I will say that is my turn.
Perfect. All right. Unfortunately, next up is the host of the damned, because while they didn't roll a 1, they rolled a 4. So they are going to go after the one who did the absolute fucking, who bodied them. So they're gonna go after the serpent. And they're going the Prophet this will be something that is very reminiscent. So they're reaching out to you to touch. And let's see. Oh my god. 2 8s. Okay, so that is going to be 13 to hit.
I think as they try to reach towards him, he parries their hands away, So like with the broadside of the dagger, it's just ting ting ting, like taking steps back. But it's more so he's dancing around them, just to say that he's like be able to stay in front.
Beautiful. So you avoid, you move with that criminal grace, that you got some Aladdin shit going on, and they're touching your wrappings and your robes, but never you. So you avoid that life draining touch, and that is all they can do. So they're going to try to, in as much as they can, they're going to try to engulf you all so that more can touch you. So last but absolutely not least is our pagan. What are you going to do?
I am going to come out of the shadows that I have been squirreling myself away in, and I am going to use Firebolt on one of the creatures.
Hell yeah. Go for it.
Gotta see what there's.
River, you can't quote that song because I almost did that awful noise.
Oh, I was so close. Just reaching out.
Only chipmunks.
Does a 16 hit?
It absolutely does.
Beautiful, lovely. Thank
Right, these
fucking
bitches
God.
up.
I was just like, I swear if I waited this whole time, and then it just like, so it's another nothing. Great. So that's gonna be. That's a 7. Okay, looks so much like a 1. That's gonna be a 7 fire damage, and anything that is worn or carried is on fire.
Yeah, that takes out quite a lot of them, and now the ones that are remaining are shrieking also in fire pain, and they're just these like awful, like poor damn souls, and they're just sitting here, and now they're on fire, and they don't really know what's happening, and they're not happy about it, but they're so small. Go ahead.
I think that the pagan only does this after having watched, like, the serpent went in, decked him, and then they went after the serpent, and I'm like, that's my friend.
Platonic
Our friendship. Yeah.
Like they're jumping him. Hold on.
Get fireball.
Hold on, buddy. I got you.
Are you going to move any closer towards the fray? Because you are about 45 feet back. Okay.
I'm going to move closer to the fray because I have plans for my next turn. So I will move like my full movement in towards the fray.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. This group of indifferent damned, these damned souls have different ways they can be. Indifferent actually means something. So these guys, this group of damned souls had a disadvantage on their initiative and also on their first roll. So although the first roll didn't fucking matter because I rolled 2 8s, so they care a little bit now because they're mostly dead. So they are holding on. There's a few stragglers who are just gonna fight until they can't anymore. But there's this weird, like there was already kind of like that weird like fog that's in swamps, that low hanging like creeping fog, but now it's kind of like dusty ashy creeping fog because all of these bodies have been falling and poofing and falling and going, and the rest are just really upset about it. So back at the top, hey Serpent, what's up? What are you gonna do?
Out of curiosity, would I be able to hide and then essentially hide sneak attack, or is it like too much going on around for me to effectively hide to pop back out of hiding again?
You had said yourself that you were kind of in the midst of this horde, so I would say no.
Okay. So
but if you are in if they're being harried by another one of your team, that gives you the sneak attack because you get advantage.
I would argue that they are currently on fire. Some of them,
Yeah.
and that would count as harried.
And the prophet is
Potentially.
fully in amongst them. So yeah, so you've got people around. So yeah, you can. So yes and no, you can't hide, but you can get sneak attack. That sneak attack die because they're being attacked by other people.
So
Actively.
using kind of the chaos that is erupting around them, yeah, he's going to continue kind of like dancing around them, kind of like circling them, kind of like how a snake coils around its target and just keep slashing away at the horde. Let's see. That is a 14 plus 7.
Yup.
And let's see. That is a D4, 2D6s. Which one was the poison damage again? So I need... Oh, I made a mistake when I did that. Actually, no, I'm right. Okay. We just need to choose the same dice.
D&D when there's too much shit to know about your character.
I just need to keep up with which dice is going to be my slashing and which dice is my poison. So the Kingdom Hearts dice is going to be the poison. The green Dragonborn dice are going to be my slashing.
This dice is poison. That's all we can afford.
So that is that's a D8. What in the world? Oof.
Also, Riv, how dare you bring Neil Diamond into this chat? I just realized what song you were talking about, and it wasn't The Darkness.
You just realized what song I was talking about?
I believe in a thing called love.
Okay, phenomenal, but
that is one of my X cards, Neil Diamond.
We're talking about a different white people anthem, okay?
Yeah, my white people. One of my exes loved Neil Diamond more than me. So
please don't misrepresent me as a look. I do appreciate some good country music, but I am a rock and roll and punk white person. So like, hold on.
Neil Diamond isn't country.
So that's 10 points of slashing damage and 4 points of poison damage as he's just kind of going around through the group, just slash, step, slash.
Yeah. Hey, Blackwell.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me how you absolutely demolished this horde of indifferent souls? Damn souls.
Oh god, I've been playing too much Expedition 33, so I gotta animate this. So I think as he's going through this group and there's like this last bit of horde that's just standing there, they've clumped up almost into a line. There's this moment where he just kind of steps back, like he pivots and launches forward with the daggers, just kind of skewering through them and landing in front of the rest of the group as he just kind of just stands right back up, tosses the daggers up like just a little bit in the air as they form back into the golden snakes around his arms, as the rest of the horde just kind of fades off into like a mist.
Amazing. Perfect. And yeah, you guys are out of combat. See, that wasn't so bad. It was all good.
Oh, everything's fine. Definitely, for sure, and for the rest of this entire conto.
God, I'm so glad I didn't waste my wild shape that I wanted to use during my next turn.
I was gonna say I had a whole idea, but it would have wasted a whole spell slot and would have been not fun.
I was either gonna do that or like thunder shock things, and I'm like, that's a whole spell slot.
I thought we were about to die right then. God damn it, not die later.
So
disappointed.
So, as you guys have the first few are starting to reform, you guys see, and the ones that are coming back are, you can tell they don't give a shit. They are not interested in you whatsoever. As they're coming back, what do you guys do? Not to lead you in a way. What do you guys want to do as these damn souls come back?
They were holding their own harried banner, yeah?
Yes, and so they were under the banner of Serial, which is one could assume, and I believe the Saint rolled high enough on this to know that Serial is the name of an angel who is no longer amongst the host of heaven.
Well, I think the prophet would try to, at first examine the banner, but then also just try to remember from which direction they were coming and then move that way.
Out of curiosity, can we, because we're still in mud,
Hmm.
can we see like their footprints anyway?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Can I help with that?
You can, absolutely.
Yay.
Let's see.
I was under the impression that we were pretty explicitly told trying to defeat the angel would be a bad idea. Correct?
Right. We weren't explicitly told that, but it would probably be it would be difficult.
We were told it was
For
a
a
bit
level
of a fool's
2s.
errand. However, we still do have to relinquish a lot of these damned from their control. So is it,
Yes.
Granted, the initial thought that the prophet had was, a bunch of souls are locked up, somewhere in this temple, and we need to free them. Now it is more, do we have to clear out hordes of these things, and when they rise back up, they just start moving their own way because they're indifferent, because they are, just on a track. Do they just go right over to Caron? Do we have to sully some banners? Do we have to convince? I think we still should aim for wherever they are. Less of let's kill the angel and more of, do we have to talk to this fucking thing?
Yeah. So
I got a 14.
14. So you looking around, you see that there are too many. This is a muddy, swampy place full of damned souls who are trying to get anywhere. So there really isn't a way to follow that, but I would like anybody, if they would like, to roll a perception or insight on those souls that have come back.
Both are the same. Let's call it insight 18.
18.
Sorry.
I got a dirty 20. I could do either. If you did insight, I'll do perception.
Okay. Anybody else? It's okay if not. I just wanted to. So okay. So yeah.
Mine was
Vegan. Okay. You're a little bit worried about your banner. You're like, oh no, ew.
The serpent's probably over there, like helping them clean it off real quick.
I was like wiping it off.
My holy symbol.
Wiping the blood of the damned off of a banner. It's okay. He'll come out.
He's like taking some of his rags that are already like kind of dirty. And it's just like
smudge.
Oh no. With that dirty 20, you see that as they're all kind of like recorporating and like coming back, and again they're kind of like they've glanced at you and gone nope like big nope energy, but they've picked up that banner again and they are walking in a different direction than how they had been they're going in an opposite direction than how they had been arriving. So with that, I think that you would get the impression that they might be going back to their home base with that dirty 20.
Does it seem like it's intentional, or is it is it a retreat, or is it a going back to video games? In some video games, you hit a bad guy and they go the opposite direction, like Mario games. You hit them and they go the wrong way.
Yeah. I will actually give information to the prophet on their insight with that. It looks like it is a retreat. It looks like they're going back to regroup.
Fascinating.
So, with that information, you guys know that the Sariel banner is a fallen angel. You know that a fallen angel has been holding damned souls captive to form a horde This was a very ineffectual horde, but it was a horde nonetheless. So yeah, pretty safe bet that if you followed them, you would at least head in the right direction.
Yeah. The prophet is going to relay their inkling, as you described, of, hey, maybe they are beating a hasty retreat and are aiming towards home rather than towards Caron. So perhaps if we tail them for a little while, they might move quicker, and we might find where the rest of them are.
I would agree. I think following them, as long as they do not turn hostile again, would be the best way forward in this mission.
I think the serpent will hold out both of his hands, one directly pointed towards the pagan, and his other hand, like kind of like splitting the middle between the prophet and the saint. Shall we?
Without hesitation, the pagan takes the serpent's hand and goes, absolutely.
Onward.
And then we skip through hell.
We're off to see the wonderful
what he's
Satan of
specifically
hell.
doing is the moment anyone takes his hand, he's going to hide. So it's now a game of who's taking his hand and who's hiding and who's being out in the open.
Amazing. Who gets there first? Roll a dex check. Acrobatics.
Nice. Straight Dex.
Oh, if it's acrobatics, I actually apparently have proficiency in that, so I'll take it.
If it helps, he specifically held his hand out to the pagan. It is the prophet and the saint that he split the middle with. So it's like one of you two.
Nat 20, bitch. Nat 20.
Oh, and you didn't need it, and it's there.
What'd you get?
Okay, that's a dirty 20.
That's a 9. That's a hot 9.
Say goes what?
This is
Courtney.
interesting.
I
Courtney,
think
did you
the
just turn
saint
the
just
pagan
kind of
into a meat
shoulders
shield?
past.
Oh,
think-
God.
I think when the saint takes the serpent's hand, he registers that because he's seen how the saint kind of reacts to physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
They look down to like at their hand and look back up to them and say, I'm glad that you feel safe, or at least trust me in this time. Let's continue to work together. He'll then look at the prophet and say, are you able to take his hand as well?
Hold hands.
That's just
All
a
four?
deep sigh.
The prophet is going to just very gingerly, very slowly, in the same way that they reached their hands out during the moment of fear earlier, just one hand open, palm up, and
I
a
think just
smile
with
if you could see behind the
absolute-
deer skull.
They're gonna take your hand, but it's a very fine, this means nothing to me kind of gesture. But they will take it.
Get it in the shop, guys. Those
Get a long shirt.
The prophet get a long shirt. Merch.
Like, get a long shirt. Oh, God.
Merch.
So the way I'm working this is like I'm using the help action to help everyone hide, or can I only do that with one person, or would I need to spend a hope point in order everyone to hide?
Your serpent continuing the thing of being so happy to throw away their hope. We are going to do a group stealth check. So I will let you give the help action to a single person that you think would be the least stealthy.
Oh, the least stealthy?
Who was going to need the biggest help? Or who you want. You can also just give to the pagan. You love them. So
the person with the war banner is probably the easiest. Like that is like the biggest. Hey, hi. I think I'm going to give the help action to them specifically because they also took that chance of physical contact.
Amazing. Yeah, so everyone roll. We're gonna do a group, and that's the thing. Like as a group, it's a little bit less scary.
Nice.
I love it. I love the faces. It's my favorite. What do
I'm
we got?
glad that it's less scary because that was a hot 6.
I'd like to hear everyone else's before
A hot
mine.
6? I love hot
Well,
6.
It was a
it's another
hot
dirty
six.
20 for me, so
Dirty 20.
thank
14
Nothing.
plus 7, so 21.
One, two,
You were left out high and dry by your friend. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh no.
My feet got stuck in the mud. I
the
just sunk a little
prophet and the
bit deeper.
pagan are now suddenly just like the serpent and the saint disappear. The prophet and the pagan are just fuck, just out in the mud.
I used my nat 20 on something that didn't matter.
Good news, because it's a group and that was pretty even, you guys are fine. You guys are able to, these damn souls are, one, not interested in you actively, and two, not perceptive at all. So you guys managed to follow along as they head back in some direction through these awful swampy marshlands with red lightning and just swarms of gadflies. Just really, it's real bad, guys. We don't like it here. It's no fun. We are not having a good time. It's almost like a heat wave in England. Let's go.
It's humid. It's sticky. Blech.
I don't like it. So as you guys make your way through, following this band, I would like for anybody who wants to, if it's everybody, that's fine. Roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, please and thank you.
11.
13.
16.
21.
Hell yeah. Unsurprisingly, as it has been happening, the prophet is the first to see it. But you see rising out of the swamp a ruin. So you do think that you have arrived at the place that you're expecting. So once you see this, I actually have to read a thing from the book, guys. This is directly from Caron Games.
Directly
All right,
from
guys, at the
Dante
center.
Alighieri's.
Hey, actually, I'm gonna show you a thing, guys. Look at that. We got a map.
Oh, visual.
At the center of a depression are the remains of what appears to be an ancient temple erected for pagan gods. Despite its state of disrepair, much as everything else in this area, its structure is still mostly standing, and its walls and columns rise from the muddy ground, offering an anchor and relief for the lost ones. Perhaps for the first time since setting eyes upon the first emanations of this dark realm. Hovering behind the first row of columns is a veil of darkness and decay, and a crimson curtain, soiled and tattered, covers its entrance. A few hunched and moaning individuals roam around it, grazing the columns in hope of relieving the gadfly bites and removing the worms. It's bad. So, around these columns are on the outside are more of these indifferent damned, these wailing souls, and they are drawn. They're drawn to this place by the they're being drawn by something, and it's that banner showing that same emblem of Sariel. So you guys have arrived here. You can see this ruin, and as I've narrated it, what would you guys like to do?
From which way, as we sort of get closer, and as we maybe even enter the stone artifice, from which direction on this map are we entering? Closest to like the bottom corner, the left, the right, the top? Where are we coming in?
Yeah, so you are seeing down there at the bottom, you see that red curtain. Um,
Oh yeah,
so I believe so. You guys were seeing that statue, so I believe you guys are at the top.
Roger. Cool. I think first things first, the prophet is going to stick with what has been going well recently. They are going to try to watch the horde of the damned and see where they end up in their retreat, where their like this is safe spot is.
Mhm. All right. So yeah, roll me a roll perception or investigation if you want to be a little bit more like physical with it.
I think I'm gonna go with perception. I think I'm just be on the watch train. Ugh. That is a 14. 9 plus 5.
Okay. So you said you're looking for like what is like more of a safe place?
Right. I'm looking for like where is their regroup point? Where is their all right team? We're here. Where do they feel most comfortable?
Yeah. Okay, with a 14, you are not getting any centralized location. You passed this temple. It's a little bit you're getting the vibe a little bit of the mosquitoes or bugs being drawn to a light, moth to a flame. And the whole building, this whole place is that flame. Especially around the columns where they're able to like get some physical relief from the bites and stings of the many insects and terrible things that are attacking them.
From where we're standing, can we see the statue?
It's a little bit from the outside. It's a little bit hard. So you and actually I was incorrect. It is the bottom. So you can there's that door, and then so if you want to see more, you would have to find a way to get in.
Okay.
Which there's those
there
steps up. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything on the outside that would give an idea of what, like, why this space is important beyond the fact that it looks like a temple?
Roll me and this is going to be difficult for the pagan. It won't be actually. So I will say because this is a pagan god. So roll me. I would like you to make an argument because I would typically say religion, but this is something that is in your level, close to your level of hell, because Limbo isn't quite there yet, but you're getting close.
I mean, I would go with religion as well. Quite honestly, that's what I would argue for as being what it is, because looking and seeing what it is, seeing a sign on the wall means nothing if you don't understand the religion behind it. So
yeah, okay, yeah, good. Then yeah, go ahead and roll religion on that.
Okay, it's a 13.
A 13. Okay. There with a 13.
Oh yeah, does bless work again?
No, because the banner is still sullied. Taya, remind everybody what it takes to cleanse your banner.
Yeah, so I need to purify it, which takes, I believe, an hour or after a long rest.
Yeah, you'd have to spend, if it's going to be the quick heal, it's got to spend a hope point or a long rest of focused prayer. And yeah. We love Courtney. We love our little meta pigeon in hell. Oh my god, it's a hell pigeon. Which honestly, that is Courtney hates birds, so that would be true.
Max.
Can it be an owl? Just because owls are funky little dudes.
Can it be the demon Prince Stolas from of the Art? Yeah.
Incredible.
Can it be the Prince Stolas? Yeah, it can be. Sorry. Hell of a boss. Big fan. Anyway,
Yeah,
I like
my
Hell.
favorite little owl boy, even though he's not so little.
I love him. We can't. I will talk about Hell of a
No,
Boss for the rest of
can't.
this stream. Anyway,
No.
so
Can't start.
what's good about this temple? It's got a lot of banners. So no, what you're seeing is it's almost it's draped itself in all these banners of this angel and all of these different. It's almost like a distracting roadside attraction. It's almost like billboards of like, look, the biggest ball of twine. It's a crazy thing that is meant to divert these souls from their path. It's almost like that is how Serial has done it. Is that they have made this a distraction, and because they're a fallen angel, there's almost a little bit of like, it's like they were attracted to the prophet because of that inherent hope that you still have. So there's almost a feeling of that flicker of the divine that's still there.
It seems more like a beacon light than an actual place of worship. More like, come here and I promise that you will ascend to the higher planes, when in fact they have no power to do that.
Well, the only way to stop moths from flying towards a flame is to staunch it. There are numbered little red dots on that map. Are those red dots the banners, maybe? Of Serial?
You can ignore those.
Oh,
Those are for
okay.
me.
Roger, my
Those are so
bad.
I know what to tell you about. What's the thingy in the thing?
All right.
Good call. I mean, good call. The banners are along the front and sides. It is like, yeah, a beacon. It's a great way of saying it, or maybe a lure of an anglerfish. You don't know.
Then, ooh, sorry, Blackwell, go for it.
No, you're still talking. Don't worry about what I'm about to do.
The prophet is going to walk towards the banners, and it's not even a quick slash. It is going to drive their sword through whatever portion of the banner they can reach, and slash down as much of the nearest banner as they can. And
Okay.
if there is no reaction, continue onward.
Okay. Are you trying? You're not trying to be stealthy at all. You're trying to be as visible as possible.
Yes. The prophet is trying to be a new beacon. Flock to this flame, young moths, as I am being a dick to your shit.
That brings up a question. Are we still stealthed or
You have been.
I would say that the prophet is stepping away from the group, is purposefully singling themselves to walk up to the banners.
So I will let the rest of the party make a decision. Do you follow the prophet? Do you hang back and stay relatively hidden? I will allow for a perception check to help you answer this question.
Oh, 12.
12.
I
Okay.
got a 19 perception, but when you're ready, I have a question in response.
Let
Okay.
me see, because depending on this, that is a 21, 19 plus 2. Yeah, 21
Okay.
on the perception.
As that, what's your question first, Lex?
Do any of us, you mentioned that this is kind of like a light pulling people in or pulling these souls in, do any of us feel a pull?
Roll insight.
7.
Are you feeling?
Good
I don't think
question.
you're feeling very. That's a really great question. I think you're
Yours.
feeling like you. I don't think you quite know how you feel just in general about anything right now. So you're like, was I drawn here, or was I just following a map? Like, what?
Or was I following someone who seems like a drunken leader as they stumble through the dark?
Is it fate or is it a bad idea? Could be both. Here we
Gotcha.
go.
¿Por qué no los dos?
We love it.
Exactamente.
As you all watch, and you watch the prophet make this very aggressive stance by cutting down this banner, you see 3 heads whip towards them and start heading in that direction towards the prophet.
Hey, friend, maybe stop.
Pulling the sword away.
I don't think that they like that very much.
I didn't think they would. Are the 3 heads of indifferent souls, or are they new folk? Oh, okay.
Damned souls, yep.
Souls.
More of the same. And they are coming at you. They are heading your way.
Then I am going to, I'll make it easier for myself. I am going to utilize my staff, my scepter. I add the Bane spell. I can cast it as many times as my proficiency bonus. Without using a spell slot. So I'm going to cast Bane on all 3 of them for freezies and fuck them up a little bit.
What do they have to save on?
They must make a charisma saving throw against my spell save DC. Whenever a target that fails a saving throw makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, that target must roll a d4 and subtract that number.
Love it. What's your DC again? Sorry.
13. Not much.
13.
13.
13. Okay. With a nat 20, one of them saves, but the other 2 fail.
Fucker,
Aren't these guys like not even able to be charmed? That's how like incapable of like actual thought they were.
They have a -2 to charisma. Yeah.
Damn it! No, I knew. I guessed it.
Yeah, they got the riz.
Fuck.
They got
got
that one.
riz.
You got that one.
One of them is just rizzed up as just fucking.
You got that one Caron who was like, "How dare you?"
They gain a consciousness in that moment of like, I got my ass beat by you. Hell no, you're not putting an enchantment on me.
Motherfucker, I got that dog
Absolutely
in
not.
me. One of them says.
Absolutely not. All right, but 2 of them do have a Bane on them. So as they are coming towards you, that one that managed to shake off that Bane goes, "What do you think you're doing?"
It speaks. Oh, I believe I am removing the banner of false hope. There are other ways towards our destined place. Why follow something that is lying to you?
All right, River. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is a deception, an intimidation, or a persuasion?
I think this is a deception because I think this is a, hey, maybe, or no, actually, this is a persuasion. This is honest. This is, hey, I see where you're coming from. We have a spot. We're going to a place. And I know it's not ideal, but maybe we don't pull some shit right now. And
Oh, no.
Muted.
Ab,
mic-
muted myself. My bad. Why follow something that's actively trying to fuck us over when we have a spot that is waiting for us? I think this is honest. I think this is sincere.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that persuasion check then.
That's a dirty 20.
The two that were Banes kind of cower a little bit away, and you see that there was they had a glimpse of something that was going to save them, and you watch as what you say washes over them and that hope is taken away, and they turn and they walk away.
Oh, fuck.
Well, welcome to hell, guys.
Yeah.
The one that didn't, that succeeded, looks you over, and the aggressive stance settles back and is not, the aggression isn't there anymore. And they kind of just look at you, and then they shake their head and they turn and they walk back to another column, to just maybe it's stupid for them to have hope here, but it's what they're choosing. But they're no longer you seem to have persuaded them away from attacking you.
Shit, all right. That wasn't quite the message that I was aiming for, but ooh, fuck. What else should I have expected?
So you all have watched this. You saw the prophet have this interaction. You guys also, you're closer now to the entrance, and you see around that entrance, it is that cloud of hornets and gadflies, and the thing that is really probably draining the most hope from these people, of just that persistent, awful bites and stings. But that is the entrance. There's no door. This is a way into the temple. You can go in. Nothing is stopping you. That interaction has pretty much staved off anybody else wanting to interact with you. What would you all like to do?
I think the serpent is moving ahead, like stealthily, like as the prophet is taking this moment of being like, that's not what I wanted. I imagine he would feel like this quick breeze going past him as there's a pat on their shoulder of just like, it's giving good job, buddy, as they go inside the room.
Okay. Are you going in that front entrance, or where are you going on this map? So you guys can go anywhere on this outside that's not in that dark gray area right now, because that's all around the outside.
There is no windows, correct? Like, I don't see
No.
any windows.
Nothing. Roll me an investigation, please.
Investigation. Let me see. What is my investigation? That is a 12.
12. All right. It doesn't look like it. It's a ruined, it's ruins. So you're not really seeing anything besides this front entrance that is surrounded by these hornets.
Yeah. He would go directly in if there's like a way to stealth through it.
Okay. Go. Let me see here. Okay. What is your movement?
30.
30. All right. So, getting in here is we're going to use this map as an example. So, it's going to take more than 30 to get there because if you're off the map or if you guys are right there at the bottom, I mean that is 15, 20, 25. 30 would get you right at the entrance, like inside the threshold amongst the swarm.
Okay.
So if that's what you want to do, I'm not telling you not to do it. I just want to let you know, like movement wise, that's where you're going to end up.
Is the swarm like blocking the entrance, or is it just like it's hovering over it?
You're going through it. If to do this, you are going through that swarm.
I wonder because I have something. I have hypnotic gaze. Could I use that on this swarm?
Remind me what hypnotic. What's the effect of hypnotic gaze?
You can use the action to cast a suggestion spell.
Okay. I would like for you to roll me a nature or arcana.
Let's see. Nature. I have no intelligence for it.
Yeah, like the first serpent went hard on that dex, baby.
It's okay. We got a 16. We're gonna use that for Arcana since we're going to mainly be using a spell.
Awesome. With that roll, I think you take a moment. You're like, okay, what do I have in my arsenal? What do I have in my arsenal? And then you realize that it's bugs. Probably not a good idea. They probably can't be suggested. They not good. In fact, you would know that they can't be like charmed, frightened, anything like that. So probably wouldn't make a whole lot of difference.
Cool.
So again, you can go in. I mean, it's a single swarm. So if you want to go in, basically above table with these, basically you're going to be within a swarm of wasps, and they attack if you are in their field, and don't leave it, which you would not be leaving it at this point.
I think I would get up to the point of that radius of their field, like that moment of like, okay, all you gotta do is take one step in, and you're now in it.
Okay, so pretty much right before the steps, that spot, like right before you would step onto those front steps,
mm-hmm.
You would move forward. Okay, perfect. Is there anything else that you want to do while you're sitting right there?
Nope. Outside of there's nothing that I've noticed around, and like, yeah, no. I think I'll just hold right there.
Awesome. Anybody else? What would you like to do?
Could I make a nature check on these wasps?
Absolutely.
Get an idea of what the dealio is.
Yep.
That is an 18.
Amazing. So, you with an 18, you are seeing that these are hornets and gadflies. They are rampant among this level of hell. They are meant to torment. But they're, I mean, as somebody who probably spent a lot of time in like the deep woods and in areas that insects were very prevalent and common, they're not good or bad in any kind of way. They are just of their nature. So there's nothing inherently special about them. But they are gathered because honestly, they're probably drawn to all of these food sources and all of these, like their targets are these damn souls. So if a lot of damn souls are being drawn here, then hey, more thing for the gadflies and for the hornets.
So essentially, they function as though they are normal, things that we would have seen in the material plane or whatever we want to call the world above us, not in hell.
Yeah. I think they probably hold a they might have something of a infernal like overlay, a hellish overlay, but the normalcy of them is part of the punishment, the mundanity of it all.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You also don't get the impression that they follow you anywhere. Like they're not going to harry you guys. It's kind of an in and out situation. So,
well, I would say that if they attack, I can cast fire, and bugs plus fire do not mix. Up to you all what we do.
I think the prophet is honestly a little down from the misinterpreting of the message of I didn't want to take away all sense of hope, but just in their own thoughts, and nods along. Wherever you go, I'll follow. Pagan.
That is what I was asking you. Where do you want to go?
Oh, well, we're all indecisive here.
Forward.
Well, yes, Serpent is less indecisive. They tend to know exactly where they stand, and are there to point us in the right direction, it seems. It looks like we go forward.
We can either go through the bugs and make our way through them, or we burn them, possibly signaling us. It's a gamble. Do we make ourselves known, possibly, or do we just push through?
I would say, knowing hornets, they are very territorial and likely will attack us if we go into the space that they are in. As much as they are, and I respect all animals here, I truly do. As much as they are creatures from hell, even when we are not in hell, I do not want to go out of my way to set them on fire unless I have to. That being said, I will do it without hesitation because they are terrible.
Fuck those wasps.
Sorry, this is an out of character laughing fit of this. I respect all animals. I love all animals. I'm going to murder those fucking wasps if they touch me. Just
they are evil creatures, and I cannot argue that they are
sting you for fun. They're like bumblebees.
They serve little purpose other than being horrible.
Fun fact about real life wasps: they remember faces and hold grudges.
Hate it. That's why they're in hell.
Several years, yeah.
Love all animals, asterisk mark, but these motherfuckers right here.
Look, the pagan does not have many grudges, and I don't remember my life before this, but I know I got stung by one of those motherfuckers, and I will also hold a grudge for the rest of my existence.
Canon. Hey guys, future pagans. Canon. There we go.
Hate wasps.
Hate wasps.
God, such character-driven roleplay.
So, shall we head on through? Or, Saint, is there anything you would like to try or see?
I think, so the Saint this whole time has been, in whatever way it's coming across to you, affected by the fact that we're in the domain of an angel, of something that was once heavenly and is not. And they've kind of been grappling with how that feels for them. And I think ultimately they've listened to this talk about hornets and none of it's really gone in. And I think at this point, I think it's unavoidable, whatever this is going to be. And they're going to put up their shield and kind of duck under it and try and just barrel through the hornets.
As you pass me by, Saint, you're gonna... It is a willing creature. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know what this is gonna look like, and I'm scared. As you run past, the prophet is going to just gently, as you pass by, place a hand on your shoulder and let it go just as quickly. I'm going to cast Heroism. I just have to maintain concentration, but essentially, if you are willing, you are imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, you are immune to being frightened, and you gain temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of your turns. And then, if and when the spell ends, you lose any remaining temp hit points. But, at least you get 3 a turn.
Nice.
Just in case. There's just a moment of... It is unspoken, but seeing you barrel ever onward, a touch of the shoulder, some imbued magical moment, and then following.
And I think this is a great place to take a break. So we're gonna take a break and let Taya drink water so she doesn't die, and let the rest of us take bio breaks.
Thank you.
Yeah, catch us back in 10 minutes. If you hang around, we're gonna play that intro again, and you can see all the cool things we have got going on. So we'll catch you in 10. So have fun. Watch out for bugs. Fuck wasps. There we go.
Fuck
Fuck
wasps.
All my homies hate wasps.
Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Let's turn down this beautiful classical music. I love this classical music. What should we put on instead? That's the one. Okay. Hey guys, we're back. So we're running through the entrance of this ruined temple. The serpent had stopped before the gadflies could really do anything, and is waiting there. And the saint was booking it with the shield above their head. How much movement do you have, Taya?
I think it's 30.
30. Okay.
So I can get right up to it, I think.
Yeah, so you're gonna be right in the middle of it. So
Perfect.
yeah, right there. So I'm not gonna worry about initiative in this case. Like, I'm just gonna talk about what's gonna happen. So everyone else, the prophet was closer. So where were you? Probably off to one of the sides.
I would say the prophet ended up just by the number 2 mark, right before the red curtain, say
Okay.
just off to the right.
Okay. All right, perfect. And Pagan, where do you think you were?
Pretty close to the entrance, I think. Probably off to the other side, maybe off to the left a little bit.
Okay. So everybody is within, because I don't think anybody is really, with the exception of the saint, everybody else is probably going to be through the doors. Yeah, Taya's been having internet issues, so we're going to make sure that she's good. Poor Taya. I think we got you with us, Taya? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. We're gonna wait and see. We love the internet. It almost always works. Sung to the tune.
60% of the time, it works every time.
To be fair. Maybe.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Okay. Yes. Her internet is going crazy, which
I'm
can tell.
back, I think.
we can hear you now, which is great. Okay.
Oh.
Everybody else kind of step forward a little bit more. And now as like have been is managing to get through. So unfortunately, the Saint being like, I'm just gonna run is the only one that's going to be stuck in that entrance. So there's just a single round. I am going to I'm gonna roll to see if this hits ya. Hey, guess what? Well, it might. This is does a 16 hit you?
Makes it beats it.
Yeah, okay. So you are you're gonna get bit by these gadflies. So sorry.
You do have
I am
3 temp
prepared for
HP
this.
on top of whatever you got, so you do have some buffer.
Nice.
My AC's higher? Wait a minute.
So that is
How do you have
8.
high AC? My AC is not that high.
That's 8
I got a magic shield and I got a halo.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, the thing with at low levels, all those little emblems you have, you got to be in hell for a little bit longer to make them corrupted. They get real cool once you're corrupted. So that is going to be that's going to be 8 piercing damage.
That's fine.
They get you.
Fine,
but then
guys.
but then you make it through. You make it through the door, and I would like for everybody to your guys are past the curtain. I would like for you all to roll me a let me make sure I know what I'm rolling. Have you guys roll. I'm gonna have you guys roll an investigation check, please.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
17.
10. Somebody else had
17.
cool.
11.
11. Okay. So as you guys enter in here, you guys all see a cracked and precarious floor. So the prophet and the saint actually put hands out to block the pagan and the serpent from maybe being too careless in walking forward, as you both managed to find a safe path across the vestibule and avoid falling into pits, 10-foot deep pits full of being covered by debris. Wow. It could have been real bad, guys.
Love almost, falling into pungy pits real quick.
Yeah, we love a ruin. Guys, hey, be careful when you go spelunking and don't go to ruins unless you're prepared.
Hey, chat.
Hey, chat.
Hey, chat. When you go into an ancient decrepit ruins that is currently occupied by the lost souls of the damned and also a fallen angel, be wary. There's some holes in there sometimes.
When you do your modern spelunking into all those abandoned malls, just watch out for the fallen angels. Okay. as you all okay, so you have made it safely across the vestibule and not fallen into any of the different areas, and you can now walk through the next gateway. I would like. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
We know that the serpent is. So, as everybody else, what's the plan?
I think yes. To not anger the wasps, I will be stealthing.
Sure.
Fucking wasps, guys.
I
Okay.
mean-
Wasps.
Go ahead and roll for me a stealth check. I will do a group stealth. And anybody who would like to perception.
Ooh.
Go ahead, serpent.
I will do the help action again for anyone that's just like, I definitely know. You're gonna need like, this is how you walk slowly and stealthily if you're not
So-
used to it.
Pick a person. Who's it going to?
We're gonna go with the prophet because I'm just cycling through people now.
You shouldn't have. I got a dirty 20 on the first roll. It's still a dirty
Yeah,
20.
I got a 3.
I know.
I got an 8.
Okay.
That's a 16 plus 7.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's a fucking ghost. Yeah. Literally, you're in hell. It's a ghost.
I'm also going to perception real quick. as
Yeah,
well.
please. Anybody who wants to roll perception.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to.
I'll try.
That is,
Oh, natural 20.
Oh shit. 9.
that is a dirty 20.
16.
Amazing. With that natural 20, Saint, you are hearing a low murmur. You're hearing something, and as you take a moment, like it actually is probably why you're not very stealthy, because you hear, is that prayer? Is that it's, but it doesn't make like there, but no, that doesn't go there. That's not right. That's not the right word. Like it's this, you're hearing this weird mix of just the pagan and divine and all of these things that are all striking, but it's striking sour. So you hear the voice of worship through those doors. So do you guys walk through hearing this?
I would say, yeah, sticking to the walls, probably because me and the prophet are still stealthing. I think, because do we all hear this, or is it just?
I think after, if the saint points it out, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be a moment where I just hold up a hand and I very quietly, sort of non-verbally invite us all to listen.
I think there will be a moment where when they start hearing that, the serpent immediately is grabbing the prophet, and it's just like into the shadows with me. Not even saying that. It's just this. You feel this. If you allow him, you'll feel this force of like just get pulled back.
Though pulled against the walls, if you could see the prophet's face, they would be smiling. They are right at home with strange and profane and self-mangled prayer. And so this is oddly comforting. And, you know, they're very, very, very much curious. But once they are pulled against the wall with the serpent, they once again very quietly start sidling up towards the door and aim to move into the next chamber as quietly and as unnoticeable as possible.
As you all make your way through this doorway, across the way, you see several, 3 or 4 of these indifferent damned surrounding a dark figure, tall, looming almost in the shadow. And you get the impression, especially Saint, you get this feeling of that pull, that moth to the flame pull, and you can see why these indifferent damned have been drawn to this place. And as you guys listen, and as you can hear more, you hear, "And stay with me, my children. I will bring you from perdition. I will take you away from this place. There is no need to go to the boatman. If you stay with me, I will be your salvation."
Can we? How many people are in the room? How many people are surrounding the angel at this moment of time? Like we can
Right now-
infer this is the angel, correct?
Yeah, safe bet. There's only 4 right now. It's a very small congregation.
I think the serpent's going to stick to the shadows, kind of slowly start blending in with the crowd, like trying to garner more information, see what else they would say. Not the
Okay.
crowd, but you at least make it seem like, there's another person that was always here.
Yeah. So the serpent has kind of snuck around the sides. Go ahead and roll me another stealth check as you're in the room.
19 plus 7.
Again, you don't exist. It's fine. What does everyone else do?
I look at the prophet. I don't think I'm the one to do this, but I have an idea.
Hit me with it.
Seeing as you are you, what if you went up and tried to pretend to be a new disciple?
The prophet smiles, if you could see it. Gently place a hand on your shoulder. I'm going to cast guidance real quick on you, pagan.
I put a hand out and I do the exact same thing. I cast guidance on you as well.
Friends.
May it all go as smoothly as you plan.
Oh, no. I wasn't going to do it. I asked you to do it.
No, I know. Oh, no, I know.
I quit.
Guides out here. No, I know. I'm not asking you to go. In case it doesn't. And that's when they cast guidance, this little pulse of this black, red, purple, murky energy seeming to trace from the thorn and their sword over to their hand onto your shoulder. And then they start to walk up.
The guidance, when just so you have the vision or the feel, the guidance from the pagan, at least at this point in time, it smells almost like fresh cut grass overwhelming you, or a nice open meadow with wildflowers, something that would be calming and reassuring, that would allow you to keep your head on when you need it to give you a little added something.
I was going to say, if you could smell my guidance.
I don't think I want to smell your guidance. I think I'm good.
It's bad. It tastes...
It's patchouli and incense. Delicious.
It tastes... Oh, hi, cat. It tastes a bit like your own blood in your cheek. Of less of
Yummy.
The calming, more of the we have to. And onward, trying to mimic the sway and moan of the prayer around me. And deep into my own prayer, into just quietly murmuring poems to myself as I walk up.
How is the saint doing?
Not good. I think I have heard, this plan, and I know that I can't really hide or pretend to be something I'm not, because it's so obviously like emblazoned all over me. And hearing the false prayer and hearing like this thing that was an angel, that is an angel, but that chose wrong, or that didn't choose at all, which to me is choosing wrong. The saint, I think, stays where they are. And I think they're listening, they're intent still, they're aware. The saint is sort of ready to go in fighting if they need to, but they're kind of resigned to the fact that at this point, they don't think they have anything. They just want to see and hope that this plan works, because they don't want to fight this thing. But at the same time, their fist is just kind of turning white on the banner. But I'm not moving any further in.
Do me a favor and roll me a religion check with advantage, please.
Nice. Oh, they were both 11, but that's a +3, 14.
Okay. Now that you have laid eyes on this angel, you've never met an angel, at least not that you know of, but you have a glimmer of that feeling of closeness to the divine. And maybe it was manufactured, but this isn't the feeling. This is false. This is lies. This is deception. And I think you can see that this is an act and a play.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost see some similarities with your companion.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep that in mind as you watch this happen. As you watch them try their first volley into it. As you all not you all, but so is it just the prophet that's stepping forward? Got it. As you step forward, you feel the gaze of Sariel, of this angel, and hands go out, and a heavy silence falls across the room. Somebody new. Go. And he waves off the indifferent damned that are in the room and motions for you to come forward.
Hands clasped in front of me. Deer skull pointed towards the floor. What can I do for you?
There is no need for false modesty, friend.
I'm insulted that you find my modesty false. I simply
Bowing your
bow.
head.
I simply bow before a new friend.
What brings you to my domain?
I have a task that you may deem unfortunate.
The boatman, really.
I see no reason to lie.
No, there would be no reason to. Your friends can come out of hiding as well.
Oh, well, all right. Well, it's not like we were gonna. This hardly seems a fair fight. Why would we hide in a way to try to smack at the ankles of some apparent pseudo deity?
Well, like sees like.
Hmm. I called us friends, did I not?
Of course. And the eyes sweep around the room. You all can come forward. There is no point in hiding.
The
Well, I get
pagan
this-
stumbles out of the dark. It did not mean to hide all that much. Quite honestly, I'm not very good at it.
Well, you're here now.
Can I do an insight? Do they? It's like this is. I'm trying to figure out. Do they know if I exist in this room, or is it like
Yeah.
So
go
they
for
do
it.
know.
No. If you want to roll insight, go for it.
Let me see. Where's my insight? Oh yeah, we got that. That is a 15 plus 6, so like
Damn.
21 again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost.
You get the impression with that insight, you get the impression that they know that other people are in here. They don't know exactly where you are. And again, I think you now get that feeling of, oh, a con artist. Like, aha, I see. But you do know that they know that there's more than just these two in the room.
I'm gonna stay hidden. Like amongst the 4 people, like making it seem like there's always been a 5th.
So a couple of them have left. So there aren't so there'll be 3-ish. There'll be 3, including you.
Yeah, let's do it like that, where it's like still part of like the crew. Like it looks like, hey, I belong here.
Okay. All right. Saint.
The Saint just steps forwards and with just complete purpose and sort of not like I'm looking at this angel, but I'm not meeting any sort of gaze that it has. I'm not looking up to it. I just walk forward and very purposefully cross myself, and I just take that single step forward, and that's all I do.
As you step forward, you all see a pair of jet black wings unfurl behind them, with a golden pedestal behind their back that they had been standing on, that they had stepped down to come meet you. So you come from Caron. What did he promise you for vanquishing me, or whatever it was your little plan was to be?
No such threats of violence. He is trying to do his job. Those souls that you have guided into a sense of hope, he would like them to go to their place. We were offered ferry. That is all. Nothing more, nothing less. We continue onwards on our journey, and we help him commit to his eternal job.
A counteroffer, then. We have no need for the boatman. Join me, and he will surrender. He will submit. And we can cross the river ourselves. Raise an army.
No.
It's working quite well.
It is, sure. Sure. I think this is a real moment. Can I roll insight to just I want to see just dents in his armor. I want to see moments of consideration on his part, moments where he's trying to formulate this plan, where he's trying. I want to see his bullshit.
Yeah. Insight. Go for it.
Let me. What do I have for that? Oh, that's pretty good. That's a natural 20. +5 if it matters.
Yeah. You see the con. You also see in that first interaction with a damned soul, you had noticed, you had seen a hunger for that hope, that light that you all hold. And you see that hunger multiplied in the eyes of this angel. You have something that they want. You have something that they can use, or they think they can use. You are a resource.
A tool. Fascinating offer. Truly, it is so kind of you to aim for us to circumvent our problem. However, I think we both know you need us more than we need you, my love. So, really, what can we offer you to let this little army go? You can continue to build after we cross, fine. Who's to say you won't do it anyway? The moment you release these, you'll start gathering more. But at the very least, for us to cross, show these people the falsehood within your prophecy. Let these people go to their designated spot. What can I, as a fellow prophet, offer you, strange friend?
You can give me your hope. And I would like for you all to roll initiative.
Fuck, that's
God
not.
damn.
Well, I apologize for accidentally talking our way into 2 little spats, but
We good. Let's
We're
get to
great.
scrapping.
we're great. It's fine. Everything's fine, right?
It's all good.
Ooh, worse than before.
I got a 19, so I mean, I'm better than last
Listen to
time.
Nat 1. There we go.
No, I had a lot of room to get better.
And you know what? You almost did as good as you could.
I know.
I got an,
I'm
got
great.
an 8 overall. Yikers.
It's not a nat 1.
It's not a nat 1. It's not a nat 1, and that's great. However, I'm still sentenced to life at Yikers Island right now. So,
Hey.
ooh.
All right. Serpent, how'd you do?
15.
15. Perfect. Pagan, how'd you do? Total?
19.
19. Sorry. Yeah, you don't have a bonus. Oh, and we need to wait for Taya. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Taya.
Miss
She's
you,
holding back.
Taya.
The Saint is holding back.
I miss my saint.
Well, let
Miss
me
my
roll
holy person.
my holy person.
Wow.
We will allow Taya to come back, but we will get started with what we've got. So, weirdly, first up in this pagan temple, because there is still a statue of a ruined pagan god. It is the pagan. You see, as he says the saint the Serial says, "Give me your hope," and then motions towards the two remaining indifferent damned that are flanking the serpent.
Eee.
So they are. You get the impression that they'd be jumping in as well. They have been called to service.
Gotcha. As a free action, can I ask them a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you need an army? Who are you fighting?
Have you seen him?
Who?
The boatman. We need to overwhelm
You are
him.
You are fighting the boatman?
More, I'm cutting off his lifeblood, as it were,
Why?
to get across the river. Just
But you
like
said that you could get us across the river.
if we get him gone, I can get you across the river.
But it doesn't sound like you know how to get across the river. I'm just
That
saying.
is more than 6 seconds.
Yeah, and
That's
so with that,
Fucking great.
with that, I'm going to I am going to use Firebolt on one of the souls that's encircling the serpent.
Hell yeah, go for it. 3 hits.
Well, that's not much. That's a 2, but they're on fire.
Amazing. They're pissed. They don't like it.
I didn't think they would. That's my turn. I'm not going to abuse it further.
Got it. Okay. So next up is Serial. Serial is going to... What is Serial going to do? Okay. He is going to step forward closer to all of you. And I'm going to need everybody to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know what this is quite yet, but for the sake of this, it's probably been longer than a minute in real time, but heroism lasts a minute. Would the saint still be under the effect of my spell? How
Yes.
much longer would that be going on for?
Yeah, I will let that be. Saint is still
Roger.
heroic.
So if this is a frightening technique, the saint is immune. Just in case.
It is not.
All right. Worth a shot.
Let's see if Taya's back too.
She looks frozen.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see what happens. The saint is just freaked. Okay, so did anybody succeed that DC 13 saving throw?
Yes, I got a 15.
17.
I got a 7.
Okay. Ironically, the pagan and the serpent shake off this. Again, it's like this feeling of, I feel this is actually really funny. The prophet seems to be very susceptible to vibes. They just get affected by things a lot. So you all shake off this presence.
The vibes are too strong.
The vibes are too strong. And prophet, you are charmed. And as
fuck me.
Yep. You are charmed. Your speed is now 0. And can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And that will end the effect. Um,
Does that break concentration? I know
no,
Ty
because
is
you
still
don't.
working on coming back.
You are. It doesn't. I don't think it because you weren't injured. You're just
Beautiful.
charmed.
Great. Solid.
So yeah, but you can't move. You are just so enamored with everything. Also, sup Taylor, we love you. You're right in time for some combat with an angel. We love it. Okay, so yeah, he just uses that to try and affect you all and gets one of you. All right. Next up is the serpent.
Cool. So we're all in front of this angel right now, correct?
I would say you said you went off to the side, so you could be on either side of that, like where that statue is. Maybe a little bit closer to like where that Roman numeral 4 is, or on the opposite side. I would imagine that's kind of where you are.
Okay. Can I essentially be flanking them to use sneak attack?
There wouldn't be anybody else because the prophet is directly in front.
So I wouldn't be able to use my sneak attack at the moment. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna come out.
You are flanked by one indifferent damned who is on fire, and one who is a little concerned about their friend being on fire. But so you are currently surrounded by enemies.
I wonder. Actually, I could use Shrew to disengage. Wouldn't that prevent them from taking attack opportunities on me?
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna use a bonus action to disengage.
Awesome.
And get up right to this angel's. Like, how much movement is it? Is it like my full movement to get to them, or
probably. I mean, your movement is what, 30, 40?
30?
30. Yeah, you could get up to it.
Cool. Yeah, we're gonna get right up to it, and let me see. We're just gonna regularly attack it. Yeah, we're just gonna go with both our daggers. Shing shing. And let's see what this does. Oh, how do criticals work in this game?
I do the Perkins, whatever it's called. So max damage on the first dice, and then then you roll the second dice and add that to it.
So in this case, so we don't double the dice. So it's max damage on.
So instead of rolling the dice twice or like doubling whatever you get, you will roll the highest you can roll on that first dice and then add on whatever you actually end up rolling. So like if it's a D6, you do 6 damage plus whatever you roll additionally.
Cool. So let's do that. So it's D6. So 6. So plus 6 plus 5, because I forgot to add that last combat.
And you don't double your pluses. So you only double. It is only double the dice though.
Okay.
So yeah.
So plus 6 plus 5. Then I need to do a D4, D6. You.
Is the D4 the poison damage?
Yes.
So 4 already, because you double that die as well.
Oh,
so you have 10, so 15. Oh, that's for damage though. Yeah, and so 20 hits. Okay, yeah. So damage is correct. Yeah, we're going the same place. Sorry.
So
Crits
plus 6 plus
crits.
5. I have another plus 6 for the poison. So 6, 6, 5.
So
plus
the first
3.
rolls. So the first rolls of just the dice of both your normal and your poison is 10 plus 5.
Plus 5.
So then roll your normal damage and the D4 again.
So 10 plus 5. Okay.
You're at 15.
That is 5 plus 7 plus 2. So 10
So
plus
15
5,
plus 7.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 points.
20
Did I
points
say
of,
so? Yeah.
Plus 7, you said? 22 points, I think, overall?
Yeah, 22. There we go. Brain work. 22.
You disengage from these damned souls, and they are again a little bit concerned about one of them being on fire. So you're too fast for them, and you run up and you take out just at the cut almost I could see it like at the you hamstring this motherfucker. And with 22 points of damage, you see like that's a fucking hit. Like you really did some damage.
I think it's like they're running by and it's just like Achilles. Whing!
Amazing. Hey, look, we might have a saint again. Maybe. We'll see. We will see. We did for
Willow
a second.
has blessed us. I'm hoping she comes through now.
You can do it. You can do it. Fuck internet being internet. You got it. I believe in you, Taya.
Power through. Fight through the angel's influence.
Never stop staring at an angel.
Killing.
Yeah. Yeah, you did some serious damage. Is there anything else you want to do?
Movement.
So bonus action, disengage, action, move. That was kind of everything because a bonus action. Okay. So next up is the prophet.
We're just trying to break out of this charm right now. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. Oh, fuck yeah. That is a 17.
Perfect. You shake it off.
Great.
And
yeah. That's it. That's all I could do.
Amazing. All right. And then the indifferent damned shake out of it, and they're like, "Oh no, that one person that we wanted to hit isn't right in front of us anymore. Shit." And they're gonna go after.
Fuck.
They're gonna go after the serpent and go. Wait, no. Help us. We gotta help our guy. Oh no, you hit our,
oh, shit.
you hit our friend. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh fuck.
Oh no. Let's hold on one second. Oh, I have to roll at disadvantage. Maybe.
Yeah,
Taya?
that's
There we
Your
go.
screen is moving.
Okay. I'm
Mobile.
I'm on my
Taya.
phone. For some reason my phone is working and connecting to the internet and my computer isn't. So apologies for the probably worse quality, but I'm here. I don't know what's going on. I think the Saint's been having a freak out and isn't aware of anything. That's how I'm making sense of this.
You are a little bit panicked that suddenly it went from 0 to oh fuck, we're fighting real fast.
Now
but-
reason to panic. Now reason to freeze up.
It
But-
is deathly quiet. And
Yeah.
we are all fucking each other up.
But good news, you did watch as the serpent once again anime ran at this angel and just went for the Achilles and did some serious damage.
The fucking
Wow.
Naruto run is so powerful.
Oh my god,
Just
Naruto
like-
run.
Just daggers behind him like a regular rogue, and next thing you know, it's like whooshing, sliding across the floor like no one's business. Still stands up, like, all right, we doing this.
I swear, rogues are just so overpowered sometimes.
God, so OP. Well, yeah, and again, the first serpent rolled really well on some very key stats. Okay, so okay, they're going to reach out. One of them is going to reach out and try to. The one that's not on fire couldn't quite get to you. So, but one of them did get to you. So, serpent, they're going to reach out and try to get you with that life drain. He's not going to work because that was 100% a 8 to hit. So nah, it's like, oh no.
Weave, like just kind of like ducks under them, trips them up.
Yeah, you're like full like shadow boxing around them. They're like, oh, that's not nice. No, oh no. Taya, if you can, go ahead and roll me initiative, please.
Yeah. That's cocked. Okay, 13.
13. Cool. I'm gonna have you go now. So just to kind of pick up like you held an action. So again,
Yeah.
there are two damned souls. One of them is on fire because the pagan sent a firebolt at them, fire whatever.
Gorgeous.
And they're smoldering. The serpent is right up in the business of this angel, and really doing some serious damage. And it looked like honestly the prophet just kind of stood there and went wow for a full 6 seconds. They seem to have shaken
I got
that.
charmed.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
All right.
You also still have the effects of heroism on you for the next little bit. So
Yes.
any benefits from that you have. So yeah,
Nice.
what would you like to do?
Okay, so I think while all this was happening, the Saint was just so overwhelmed and so, not being able to work through how they feel about this creature and everything this creature has offered, and the fact that they're here now and I'm here with them, and this innate feeling that neither of us should be here. And I think the Saint is going to move forward, as my battle map is now really small, but I'm going to move as much towards the angel as I can. I'm moving like in their direction, like I want to be right sort of facing them, and I'm gonna, and it's not a conscious thought. I think they hate doing this, they hate this about themselves, but they hate this angel being here too, so they're going to release their eldritch blast at it.
Beautiful. And you have plenty of room, so yeah. First roll the hit.
That is a 16 to hit.
That hits. That just hits.
Okay.
So what does your eldritch blast look like now that you're actually in hell?
I think it's very similar to the last time it was used, this like sickly, acidic, like tainted kind of feel to it, of something that should be like a radiant, holy, golden light and has sickened. But now that we're deeper in, I think it almost like flickers around the edge as it shoots out, and there's kind of like a shadow to it, like a darkness around the edge of the bolt as it shoots out.
Beautiful. Roll damage.
All right, where's D10 gone? There you are. Okay, that is that is an 11 damage.
Amazing. And as you hit this supposed angel, they look at you with this look of shock, and then there's a bit of acknowledgement and almost a smugness of like, oh, I see why you're here. Like there's that energy coming from them, unspoken, but there is a connection of like seeing like.
Yeah.
All right.
I stay there and I hold its gaze, and that's it. That's my turn.
Beautiful. I love it. All right. So back to the top of initiative, Pagan.
Okay. Pagan is gonna take a note out of the serpent's book and set their sights on the angel. Looking around, this is a pagan temple that has, in my mind, been desecrated and changed into a different religion's altar, for lack of a better word. And then also the fact that this person's flat out trying to start an army for no reason. I don't like this guy. I just don't like him. So I am going to. Am I close enough to get within 15 feet of them?
Yeah, this temple itself is much smaller, so there's much more. It's easier to traverse it pretty quickly.
Cool. So I am gonna get about like 12 feet away from him. I know that's not really like on the battle map that close, but I don't want to be like super close to them. But within 15 feet, and I'm going to cast Thunder Wave, which is so when it says a 15-foot cube as being the range, is that 15 feet away from me? I want to be as close as I have to be for a 15-foot cube to hit this thing.
So let me look at Thunderwave. Because so the cube is
orienting from myself.
If I remember
orienting
correctly,
from yourself.
you are like the center of the back wall of the cube, and it goes up with that.
I've had it like depending on the GM, we've either done it that it's like you're at the center and it's 15 feet total outside of you, so 7.5 on each side, or it's
I
like
would
15
argue
feet
total. Yeah, I would argue
direction.
I would argue that you can put yourself, like if you wanted to center yourself in the middle of it, I would argue for that. But if you don't want that, if you want to be at the back and like shoot it out like an energy that way, totally good with that.
I would like to shoot it out like an energy in front of me, and I'd like to orient myself as best I can so that the serpent doesn't get hit by this as well.
Okay.
So if I have to run to the side of them, that's fine.
I will let you do that. I will let you orient yourself for that.
Okay. So then they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Okay, here's the question. Is this just cereal, or is this including those indifferent damned? Because to get those damned, you would have to get the serpent.
I'll be fine.
I mean, so I would rather get cereal. But if it hits them as well, then it would be fine. But I don't want to hit the serpent if I can avoid it. So I'd rather just hit cereal if I have to hit the serpent as well for the everything else.
Okay, so we'll just go for cereal. Like you find a way to orient yourself to make sure that you do a look and that's what you see. All right, so con saving.
Yes, please.
All right.
I don't want to hit you. We are friends.
That is a big old fail because they got a 5 on their con.
Yeah, so that's definitely a fail. So I've got all of my spells on different tabs, so I have to find them. So they are going to take 2d8 thunder damage, and they are pushed 10 feet away from me. Here's my d8. Four and 5. So they take 9 thunder damage.
Amazing.
It emits a thunderous boom audible out to about 300 feet, if that makes any difference. We are not sneaking anymore.
No, that is noted. And it is shoved back into, it's almost like they get a kidney punch in the back from that ruined statue of that pagan god as it is shoved back into the statue there in the center of the room, gasping for air. And it is his turn next.
I steel myself. I just
Serial
steel myself and get ready.
Serial looks tattered. He has been brought low, and he is pissed. So he cracks his neck and steps forward, bringing out a mace. And he looks around. Fine. If you won't join me, I'll send you back to the forest where you belong. And is going to look around at everybody. And he's going to once again go after the serpent, as he is the closest and has done some pretty serious damage, but is closest as he is pushed back. He has to walk forward as he's pushed through. So with this mace, we are going to, I'm so sorry, my friend. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. This is going to be a 8 bludgeoning damage plus.
Oh.
Where are you at, Franz? This dice bag brought to you by the amazing Courtney, our HR department. All right. Plus 2 psychic damage.
Okay. That
so
makes
10 damage total.
Okay.
How you doing?
I think when they get hit, it's really wonky, as they kind of get turned around before they face right back towards the angel. And if anyone can see them, the robes are like, the bandages are tattered up, and you're now getting to see like the physical body of the serpent. It's very ephemeral, like it's almost like a body's phasing in and out, switching between what small, large, bulky, slim. It's like the physique keeps changing, not settling. But one thing that's very defiant, like not defiant, but prominent about them is that one of the bandages falls from their face. One eye peeks out, and it's a golden blaze.
We love golden eyeballs here on Streaming Rainbow. Check out Abandon. Anyway, you are next up in initiative, Serpent. So what do you do?
I'm always going to ask this during combat. Can I get sneak attack? If it's a no, then we just do regular.
There's nobody else in melee with them right now, and you are very much in their gaze.
Cool. So we're going to do something different. We're going to use our action to cast polymorph. What happens is this. The wrappings fall off of the serpent as that ephemeral shape is now full in display as it starts growing larger as they get on all fours. It starts, as his body starts growing, it starts taking form. It's almost draconic-like, but without wings. It's still ephemeral, but more defined, as a cobra-like head comes from where normally from like shoulder up of where the dragon's long neck should be, comes out. The golden blazing eyes now both locked on to the, to the angel. I think that's counted as an action. Use it. Yep. I don't think I have a bonus action while I'm in this form. I do not. But I do need to roll for my health. Doo-doo-doo. But I think that's where we're going to end our turn at, where they're stanced up right in front of them, just hissing away. Like, it gives that sense of you and me.
Beautiful. And yeah, you all see around here a giant this is a D&D thing. It's a giant poisonous snake. We know that that's not true because it's venomous, but this giant snake fills this golden sheen to its scales, fills the room and slithers around and almost encircles this angel, which is now dwarfed and seems small in comparison. Next up is the saint. Again.
Okay. So I think the saint is now kind of locked in. If I was sort of striding straight at it when I cast my first Eldritch Blast, I'm just going to keep going with like complete purpose, complete focus, keep moving forwards towards it, blast off another Eldritch Blast. I'm in it now.
Beautiful. Roll to hit.
Oh, 13?
Misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, not good. Not good, not good. Can I do anything else?
I would.
Sorry, I'm just checking character sheet things.
Yeah, no, you're good.
It's fine. Okay. I wish I could see this battle map clearer. Like, how far from it would you say I've managed to get if I'm using like as much movement as I can?
Yeah, you can very easily get in melee with this angel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. What I'll say then is, so it was sort of like as I was moving, there was an attempt, didn't work, brush it off, keep moving forwards. And yeah, I'll get right up to it, ready my banner to attack next time. And yeah, I'm just completely focused on it. I think there's not an awareness of anything else. And yeah, I am sort of ending my turn similarly to the serpent, just ready right up in its business.
Love it. Perfect. And I think you see in this face, as you're standing in its presence now, he is struggling. This now you can get close, like the feathers are falling out and it's tattered, and he's not good. He is not doing well. So next up is Prophet.
Okay. How I was up in front of the angel when I was charmed, and now he's been knocked away. I know the angel Sariel is locked in with the serpent. Am I still able to use my movement to get up in melee?
Yes.
Great. I think
hop over the snake.
I think once again it's less militaristic and it's a lot. It is still purposeful, but it is still a calm stride, blade dragging across the floor, scepter held high. They have been watching the saint intently. They're just enjoying their use of a very familiar feeling spell. And despite the want to do that, I think they're going to take their black blade one more time, and they're going to use the obsidian blade to try and fuck this thing up. Hi. That's a natural 20.
I love it. Roll your damage to you.
Okay. So do I double the necrotic?
Any dice that you would roll, you double those dice. So again, max damage.
I mean the necrotic to myself.
I'm not gonna make no.
It would be fun. All right.
Hey, Riv, if you want to do that to yourself, fine. You have
I say we ball.
My guy.
We ball. That was 3 necrotic damage to myself.
In the most gender neutral way, my guy.
Yeah, it'd be funny. I could die off of the necrotic damage to myself. It would be funny. Yeah. I am also, when you hit a creature with an attack, I'm going to use the second use of my Master of the Black Arts. So I'm going to be doing an extra 3 damage on top of this. I am also just going to call it now. I'm going to use my feature Righteous Fury. When you damage a creature with an attack or a spell, you deal extra damage equal to twice your level. So it's going to be another 4 on top of this. So 7 in addition to everything else.
Hell yeah.
So that's 8 for the Perkins crit plus 4. So that's 12 plus 3 plus 7. So that is 22 points of damage to the fucker. Walking up from behind, once again, white knuckling the handle of their blade. Hey, look, Mags, sometimes it's fun. Anyway, white knuckling the handle of their blade, the thorn piercing into the center point of their palm like their own personal stigmata. They are walking up behind, and they are in full focus, and yet still every other part of their body seems relaxed. They are simply praying to themselves. May those who look down upon me be looked down upon or laid low, otherwise, wham! And just over the head and a diagonal slash across the spine of this thing, trying to maim, if not paralyze.
So describe to me how you end this angel.
Oh, beautiful. Fantastic. So let's adjust then. How tall is Sariel? How big this thing?
Over 8 feet tall.
Perfect. That'll work. I'm assuming we're all at like average human height. So between like 5'6" and 5'10", reach, we can get there. Yeah. Instead of a crossback to paralyze, I think, and this is just one fell swoop, the blood from their own hand, I think at this point the thorn has nearly pierced through their entire hand, let alone their palm. They are now one with their weapon. Once again, a spin over the head, down. Instead of across the back, it cleaves into the upper shoulder and draws through the body, cutting through ribs, spine, organ. If this thing had human internals, it would be an anatomical display as the prophet in one blow. And we're just going to go back to anime terms. As they flick their own blood, the mix of their own and this angel's blood off of this blade, it slowly peels apart. Sinew and blood, the only thing sticking this thing together, until finally one end drops, the other flops. And they just kneel down in front of the body, wipe their blade of its blood. We could have been such friends. Truly, we were so looking to be kind.
And as this being falls to the ground, you hear it's almost become background noise, the wailing of the damned souls in this part of hell. But you can now hear it, and it becomes sharper and louder as the two souls in the room run, screaming that their salvation is dead, that hope is lost, and they leave, and you all can hear outside the raucous sounds of absolute. You see, that's what you hear. You hear.
Oh, poor Taya.
I know. I gotta mail her something. Just thank you. Anyway, you hear the cacophony of chaos outside. I would also like for all of you to roll perception, please.
You're had to stop sometime. That's a 7 overall.
7 overall.
21.
Amazing.
Hold on, wait a minute. Because I forgot my stats changed. Perception. That's
You are
my
a snake.
wisdom.
You
No,
are a
my
snake,
wisdom.
right?
My wisdom stays the same, so my stats
does.
stays the same.
That's a wise old snake. Almost probably even more so. You can feel the rumbling of this ruin as you can feel it start to come apart even more as the ground starts to potentially give way and sink further into the swamp.
Can I hold on? Can I even speak in this form?
You can also drop polymorph if you want. You don't have to be a snake anymore. That's a free action.
I think I'm going to stay as a snake. It doesn't say anything. I have no languages. As I kind of just look at the pagan and I hiss at them and make like a head motion towards my body, and then look at the prophet and the saint and do the same thing of like, get on, we need to go.
I think the snake wants us to ride it like a horse.
I love the sentences that we now get to utter as we go through this.
Oh, don't pretend that there is anything worse that you've had between your legs. Let's go.
Whoa, okay.
Snores by
Wow.
guys. Snores.
Snores.
Get on the snores and let's go.
Shut the God damn it. I'm never,
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
feel like it's
Jaya, we wanted you to come back to something lighthearted. The temple is crumbling around you,
The
and you're all
snores.
you're gonna ride the snores now.
I look also at the prophet one more time and I go, that was not me trying to, I don't know, slut shame you by any means. It just seems like that is your vibe and you go on vibes. So let's go.
as the serpent is literally hissing at everyone. It was like, get on, get.
Yes, Fred. I am trying to get them to come on, get onto your back and ride you.
The prophet
The
reaches
snort
out.
thing is a little funky to them, so
The
let's
prophet
go. And I straddle the snores and sit down.
We can't.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
there's no getting back from this. Go ahead.
The prophet, seeing their divine Snorse steed, Sneed,
Yeah.
reaches a hand over to the
Not
saint
the
as they
Sneed.
begin to run.
So
I think not to like. This is so funny. I'm so struggling because Taya is losing her shit. But I think the saint is genuinely really fucked up by having seen, like, by having just been part of something that has killed an angel. I mean, I was fucked up just by seeing an angel that had fallen and seeing how it existed in the world. And I think the saint is really kind of just stood over the remains of it, like in the gore, just kind of transfixed by it. I'll say if you're reaching out for my hand, you can grab it and pull me along, but I don't think the saint is like... The saint is so barely aware of the snores.
Roger that. Our
God.
valiant Sneed, thank you. Also, I would like to highlight Lex in the Twitch chat. Does the Sneed need a theme? God, fuck. Does the Sneed need a theme? Fuck. I can't
need a Sneed.
I have a stutter. This is nigh impossible to even think about. So in that moment,
it has strains. We're the strains for the snores.
Oh my god, not the Snorains. Snorains? I don't know. The prophet.
It's 4:00 in the morning in England. Welcome to this
baby.
fucking fever
I've
dream.
lost my mind.
Nonsense. So the prophet is going to, noticing the disposition of the saint, grab their hand, and just as they yank, you cannot see tears in their eyes through the mask, but you can hear it in the crack of their voice. I'm sorry. As they yank you onto the sneed.
You ever been yanked on a sneak,
Right, the
guys?
saint
Ever been
just
yanked on a
allows it.
sneed?
Doesn't help that I
Wow.
made this thing four-legged.
Bad. Yeah, I can't. You guys get out of the temple. It sinks into the ground.
We ride away into the sunset on the sneed. The
It's like
On the
I feel like Caron and the guide just see this giant like snake-like creature with like draconic snake-like creature just come not even stumbling, like full charge towards them.
Jesus.
Sorry,
This
I
is gonna
saw-
be. Hey guys, join the Discord just for all the nonsense that this one thing is going to the butterfly ripple effect of snorts that will now
Just snorts
happen
on
in
the
the
sneed.
Discord.
I'm also gonna highlight once again a comment on the Twitch from Courtney. How much snores power this thing got? Was it? I'm gonna fucking die. Jesus Christ!
It's got about 30 feet of movement and a swim
Hey.
speed of 30.
Hey, swim speed.
Yeah, it's the snake. It's a snake.
Snake.
Wait. That raises the question of, do we need the boatman?
I was gonna say we have a swim speed now.
I
Let's
would
fuck
like
it, we
to
ball.
remind you all of the giant boatman who has a paddle that can hit anybody, and also the
Oh.
ocean of bodies.
Yeah,
I'm
that would
kidding
be a
because
little bit of a
I don't think the sneed, as much as I have faith in the
God.
forest.
Fucking damn it!
Hey, welcome, Big Sarah, for asking the real questions, which is Snentars.
Fuck!
Hey, if I don't see Snentars on Damsels in Distress, then
Oh
welcome
no!
to Demons and Daughters. Look, Snentars.
Killing me.
Oh no!
New demon unlocked.
Oh
New
Would it
no.
just
I
be
don't know
like-
what I say, but you're
Would
welcome.
it be? I'm not thinking human torso, front leg horse, and then like the back of it is just snake.
Hey, everybody, get in the comments and make fan art, please. I would like fan art of a
Please.
Centaur.
Send
Pardon
it
the
all
noise.
to
In
me.
the comments. All right.
But now the question becomes, how do they put pants on?
No,
They
no.
don't. Centaurs
please.
don't wear pants.
They're snorses.
Okay.
They
Snorses
don't.
need pants.
As you are leaving, you see these indifferent damned.
Focus
Just
yourself,
absolutely-
Rizver. Let's go.
Absolutely. Also, here's the answer. It's kilts. Go on. Okay. Which is
Oh.
their
Oh
yeah
my
anyway
God.
I can't this has got to stop.
Moving
Okay, as you watch all these damned souls are fleeing towards the shore, as you guys look behind you, and the temple is sinking deeper into the mud and the muck. Are y'all just booking it back to the guide and the ferryman? Does anybody want to look at anything around what you doing?
I would love to make a perception check and see how the lost souls that got cordoned off by the saint are reacting, where they're going. I would love to see, their general disposition.
They are, as you're looking around, roll perception.
We're gonna have to do some rodeo roundup work on this. Okay. That's a 15.
Okay. As you're looking around, you again you see it's just panic around you. There's snores. That's terrifying. No one seems to mighty sneed.
Oh my
and
God.
there's a lot. There is again that it was false hope, but they had it. And now it's gone, and all they know is the only thing that they know that they can do is to go to the boatman and go where they're supposed to go. As you look back, you see Serial reincorporate, because just like all of you, he is trapped here.
Mm.
And he is in the columns, and he falls to his knees in despair as he watches you all go.
I think the pagan sees the crumbling of the temple, and much like how the prophet had a tear in their eyes as they grabbed the saint, the pagan looks back and sees it may not be their religion or their temple personally, but it's something that feels like home in a way, as much as home can feel, or as much as home can be a feeling when you don't remember where you're from. And they see it sinking into the mud. And look at everyone else, looking at the snake. The only way out is through.
The only way onward is forward.
It's going to get harder from here, I can tell. Looking at the saint, knowing the weight of what we just did and how that lands on the saint's shoulder, heavier than most of us. The only way out is through, my friend.
The saint just nods, but I don't think they can speak in this moment. And their gaze is so pulled and stuck on the image of this angel and the ruins and the sinking and the reforming. But as you speak, I meet the pagan's eyes, and there is recognition there, and there's a nod, and there's this like breath of gratitude kind of submerged in just like this pure overwhelm. But you know that they have heard you.
If you'll allow it as well, I think the prophet has not let go of your hand, and has been perhaps just a touch too tight, but a grounding hold, as well. With one hand in yours, the other is firmly planted on the back of the serpent.
Yeah, I think the saint's too far, in their own thing to even consider that there's anything bad in that grounding touch, and they're squeezing back without even realizing that's what they're doing.
The prophet, every couple of sentences, is just repeating, "I'm sorry. I am grateful that through all of this, I know I can be abrasive, but I am grateful to be here with all of you. Somehow our merry little band has survived. And I'm sorry."
As we arrive back with the guide, I would like, as we all stand up off of the serpent's back, I would like to hold out a hand with my palm up the way that they always hold a hand out. And I wait for them to come up from the mud, knowing that they not only carried us out of the temple on their backs, but carried us through the bulk of the battles today. And that sacrifice, while the deaths were not real in the sense that, the creatures that were slain were actually killed in any sense of the actual word, the action still existed, and that can weigh heavily on the mind. And so I hold out a hand for my friend, ready to support them the way that they have supported the rest of us.
I imagine around this point, Polymorph would have been disengaged.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you see the serpent, the bandages are tattered. That one golden eye is still ablaze as they take their hand and then put their other hand under theirs and just kind of squeeze it. And they look at them. You can see the sincerity in their eye, the gentleness, instead of that very hyper focus, like less serpentine now, but still serpentine in a light. It's relaxed, as they say. I'm here for you. I'm here for everyone. We're gonna make it through.
We will. And let us not just be there for you, but stand beside you as well.
They nod. And they turn and look towards the guide. And this time, the eye is now the guy would see this eye, and now it's like they can tell that the serpent is smiling as they walk up to them, like get up and do their like kind of personal space and say, "We have returned. Have you missed us? Are you done being lonely?"
You're a bloody fucking snake. The fuck?
You like to dodge the question. Did you miss us? Are you happy that we are back?
I'm happy you're back. I did not miss you. Oh, I'm assuming it went well. Because all of the influx of everything. We've got Taya.
The return of the return.
Turn to the back. Let's go.
I think I'm back to good now. It feels stable now. I don't know what
I
that
love
was.
it. Just in
That feels
time.
good.
Just
Yeah.
in time. So yeah, the guide 100% dances away from any seriousness and says, I mean, you definitely did a good job. Here's the deal. So he's stuck here. He's stuck here forever, just like all of us, or until divine intervention, I guess. I mean, but he's not going to be able to. Going to have to take some time to work himself back up to serving his sentence. So, good job. I think that's probably going to do it. So, we got a boat to catch, yeah?
The prophet is just gonna walk forward and stand beside the serpent. We do have a boat to catch. Hopefully that will feel a bit less lonely for you. And they're going to walk over towards Caron. Tall friend of mine. Hi. How are you?
I think as the prophet goes up to them, the serpent is just going to keep their eyes locked onto the guide and say, I haven't forgotten what you have said. We will be here for you when you're ready to be here for us fully. Walks on past.
I will also say that as you are all back within the radius of the divine flame, you feel it. You feel comfort and a warmth that you hadn't realized you had been missing. Almost like coming in out of the cold and that slow thaw on a winter's day. Caron looks down from the sudden influx of damned souls, still looking gruff and annoyed, but there is a little bit of amusement in his eyes at this point, almost the shadow of a smile. It seemed like it worked.
The prophet is coated in their own and angelic blood. Think it went well.
Well, you've done a favor. And I suppose I will need to hold up my end of the bargain.
That would only be fair.
He holds out his oar, cutting through, honestly, a little cavalierly, cutting through the line of the damned souls to block them, and then motions with a giant hand. All aboard. And you are free to board the ferry. And that, my friends, is where we will call it a night.
Ooh.
Before we end, here's some other good news, my friends. You all level up.
Yay!
Not
Level
the words I
3.
expected to hear.
No, I
You did fight an
genuinely.
angel.
You fought
I
an
didn't
angel.
think that we were gonna level up. I didn't think the characters were gonna level up
Same.
with us playing them.
You're
Same.
technically
I thought it was going to
you're-
be between.
You're technically entering into a new level of hell, because Limbo is not the first. You're not in Limbo. You're in the anti-inferno.
That's
You're
very
crossing
cool.
the river into
That's
Limbo.
right.
Cool.
So,
that
We
requires
will talk
work.
about that off camera. We will do all these things. Also, we're going to be missing River at our next session. Gone missed, but absolutely not forgotten. And whoever, it might be me. We never know. The face of the prophet might be varied and strange. But in the meantime, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for sticking around and playing with us on Streaming Rainbow. If you can, please support Blackwell and his family. If you want some good times on Sunday, go to Spunky Taylor's Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern time to enjoy a game of 10 candles, but except it's 13 candles. It looks like it's going to be a really, really good game with some amazing players. And it's also a great, we want to support our friends and family here with Streaming Rainbow. So please go ahead and join that. Like, subscribe, join the Discord. Please join the Discord, because we gonna be talking about some Sneeds, okay?
We're out here. If I don't see dozens of artists fucking come through the woodworks for Snorses, Sneeds, Centaurs,
Mentors.
Snorse Sneeds wearing Sneeds. Oh, fuck. I'm
And
gonna
killed.
be mad. And killed.
And killed. Amazing. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining. And we'll see you back in hell in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.